Ajariku sesuatu yang dapat membantu dirimu. Ajariku sesuatu syaratnya kau yang. Ajariku sesuatu yang mungkin dia yang boleh tahu. Sesuatu syaratnya hanya masa tertentu. Hanya masa tertentu.
Nice music. You want to dance, by the beach.
Thank you, Miss. Hopefully this song will actually just, give us some spirit in the morning.
Miss, we will
Yes.
just wait for 5 minutes. Is it
5
okay
minutes?
for you?
Okay.
Okay. Good morning to those who have just entered our webinar. For UNIMAS students, please scan your QR code. For students from different universities, you may leave your name, your student ID number, and the university that you're from in the chat box below. For working adults, you may leave your name and also the company that you're currently working in. Thank you. We will begin in a short while, yeah?
Is it a good time to start?
Yes, I think we can start right now. So we'll hand Helen and Mida.
Okay, so we will start.
Yes.
So over to
Hi.
me? Yes, who's going to go first?
Okay, I will introduction first.
Yes.
Okay, so hi, my name is Mida.
Hi, Mida.
Helen, you may introduce
And
yourself.
I'm Helen. And we will be the moderators of today.
So we are Persatuan Mahasiswa Fakulti Ekonomi dan Perniagaan, PERFEP, Student Board of Fakulti Economics and Businesses from UNIMAS. We are grateful to have Ms. Shadaitul Intan as our speaker today, PERFEP advisor, UNIMASian, and other students from others university, and also not to forget, public audience today. We are really appreciate that all of you taking effort to come to this webinar session today to learn more on mental and wellness, emotional wellness. Without further ado, we would like to share with you on a little bit of Miss Shadaitul profile. Miss Shadaitul has more than 24 years working experience in both the corporate and business. Her experience includes in banking, telecommunication, sales, and training consultancy industry. She has since been involved with NLP-based training for the past 20 years. As a trainer, she is certified as an NLP practitioner as well as an accelerated practitioner as well as an learning facilitator, specializing in personal leadership, communication, and emotional intelligence. Our honorable speaker, Ms. Shadaitul Intan, certified EQ assessor, 6-second licensed NLP practitioner, Society of NLP in USA, certified mindfulness practitioner ecology in United Kingdom.
Ms. Intan is also known in the industry to be a versatile trainer who can handle small and large crowd up to 200 participants per session. To date, she trained more than 12,000 participants across the various industries as mentioned earlier. Her training is mainly involved on mindset change, leadership, and communication. Her train, she has also been engaged to run a program for 1,500 employees. Apart from that, she has run students program for corporate social responsibility (CSR) initiatives. Now, we would like to invite Ms. Shadaitul Intan to share on her topic, mental and emotional wellness. We hope that you have your pen and notebook ready.
Right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Just a quick check. Audio check. Is my voice loud and clear? Can you give a thumbs up? Thumbs up on that panel so that I know. Thumbs up. Okay, cool. Right. So first of all, thank you, PERFEP, for a job well done for getting everyone. I think we have 39 in the room. That's a very, very good turnout, good publicity. And what I love about this whole coronavirus thing, it has opened doors and good opportunity for us to organize such session. Otherwise, I have to fly to Sarawak and lots of logistic matters to be handled before we can organize something like this. So I'm excited, and let's go straight into the subject on why we're here today. Okay, so I would like to begin with sharing a very quick introduction about myself. So there goes my slides. Okay, let me close all this. Right. So yes, we're talking about mental and emotional wellness today, and I'm going to zoom in straight into building mental and emotional resilience because this is our bullet. This is our life jacket in going through what we're going through right now. Yeah, the big scope is mental and emotional wellness, but I'm going to go straight into how we can equip ourselves as we are racing through the tough times ahead. Yeah, so before that, what we're going to do today is this. If you see on the screen, I'm going to give you a link whereby you are going to log in into my virtual school, right? And we're going to do some exercises, and the exercises will come from, you're going to do your exercises there, yeah? So if you can go to the chat room, Zoom group chat, I've copied and pasted the link there. So what you're going to do is you are going to log in, okay? You're going to log in, you're gonna create an account. It's very quick, yeah, it's very quick. You're gonna get into this screen and then you're gonna create an account, and it immediately take you to like a module dashboard, and you'll see what you see at the bottom. So the videos there are autoplay. So at the moment you get there, I want you to just stop the video, and as I go along, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to run through the exact module there, but we're going to do it live. So you can ask me questions, yeah? So the exercises are contained there. So when I say going through your exercise, you're going to go there. I'm going to direct you where to go on the website, okay? So I'm going to wait for 2 minutes, okay? And I want to see a thumbs up if you have successfully entered, yeah? If you have successfully entered, give me a thumbs up. So in the meantime, I'm going to put some music. Amza and Arshita, nice name. Okay, Jane has successfully logged in, waiting for the rest. Okay, Balamati, done too. Nurmai Sarah too. Helen, Alia Karim, all done. Good, 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 good. Farhana, Farhana, Husna. Okay, Renu Prasad. Anybody else? How about the rest? Esther and Jen unable to sign up. Jen, do you have an email that you can use? You actually create a new account. Just give a name and an email that you can provide. In any email, Yahoo, Gmail, doesn't matter. I couldn't click the sign up button. Okay. Jen, don't worry. What I'll do is I will share the questions, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna write on your pen and paper. Okay, you can still get to do the exercise, but you're gonna do it on your using pen and paper. Yeah. Okay. How about the rest? How about the rest? Anybody else? Anybody else? Okay. Yes. Yeah. Okay. All right. Shall I continue? Okay. I think we can. So let's continue from where we start. Right, so virtual worksheet, your workbook done. You should get this, yeah, should get this. We're going to skip survey 1. I've seen a lot of you have typed in where you are, which university you're from. And I just want to share a little bit about my background. For the past 12 years, since 2008, I've been active in corporate training, whereby this is where companies call me to train their staff, yeah. And I also help Ministry of Higher Education in preparing graduates for employment. I do training on customer service, communication, leadership, for the banks, for the factory, for frontliners, all sorts, yeah. So I actually specialize in 3 areas: NLP, mindfulness, and emotional intelligence. And I found that this combination is really, really powerful in helping people making better choices in life. Yeah. And making better choices in life always start with making that mindset choice, and as well as having the skill to manage their emotions. Yeah, because without this, people cannot make rational decision. So that's why I choose to specialize in this, because once people have got this handle, they can go for their business strategy, design thinking, and go into, and make things happen. Yeah, make things happen. So the key thing is we need to take care of our mental and emotional wellness first, because without it, we won't have that mental capability to do things that we're supposed to do. Okay, so these are the 3 areas. So just a little bit on personal background. These are my 2 daughters. They're 24 and 20. Yes, I can be a mom to some of you or many of you. My first one is she will be pursuing her PhD in conservation this September at Nottingham University, Semenyih. It's a career of her choice. She loves conservation. After 2 years, she's been working with an NGO on tiger conservation. And my second daughter is keen to be an entrepreneur, and she's taking the entrepreneur track. She has worked for 2 years in the hospitality industry, but as you know now, the hospitality industry is badly hit. So I'm putting her straight into insurance advisory line. So let's go into what we are here today. We are here to talk about mental and emotional wellness, and I'm going to go straight into resilience. Yeah. So what is it? What is resilience really? Now, resilience refers to our ability to bounce back when we face adversity. So when we face challenges, what's going to happen is that our emotions is going to go into a downward spiral. Now, resilience is our ability to manage this emotional roller coaster and bounce back up, so that we can move on and do things that we need to do, like finding a job, preparing for job interview, changing business model, and all that. Yeah. So why is this very important? Yeah. Now, I don't know how many of you have seen this chart before. Anybody has seen this chart before? Can you type yes if you have seen this any on social media? Yes, yeah, okay. Some of you have seen it. So if you look at the top, this is our plan, yeah? This is our plan. Everybody has a goal. It doesn't matter what the goal is, yeah? So we all think that, by doing well in school, do what your mom asks you to do, everything will be smooth sailing. Even I grew up that way. I grew up in the 70s and 80s. My dad said, you learn really take degree and all will be fine. You'll be driving nice cars. You'll be well paid. Yeah, thanks, Dad. So what happened is that when it comes to reality, no matter how well-to-do your family is, it doesn't matter what's the level of education, whether you have degree or SPM, everybody is exposed to a journey of this kind. Okay, so just now when I said that the emotion goes down when something happens, and that happens all the time. So in my past 24 years in corporate, I have gone through all these ups and downs. Some are deeper, some are just a minor dip. And I've learned how to get up. And in fact, there's one time I was really badly financially in trouble. And I looked for my friend and asked for help. And he said to me, how come you're so calm, Intan? I think if it's other people, they would have gone bonkers. They would have gone mad. So I said, oh, I don't know. I don't know what it was. But I just know that I was mentally and emotionally prepared. So it was as I go through the journey, I see a lot of people struggle over challenges that I see as small. I say, how come people cannot handle this? So this is why I go deeper into studying what is it? What is it that helped me went through, and how can I help other people? Yeah. So that's on a personal plan. Yeah. So even before this COVID-19, for the past 2 3 years, a lot of companies are talking about VUCA. VUCA refers to an environment that all businesses are in now, which is volatile, uncertain, complex, and ambiguous. And this term is taken based on the scenario during the Gulf War in the 90s. Imagine, is a war. It's a war environment that happens in 1990. I remember that time, everybody was so scared, don't know what's going to happen. I was in university like you guys now. And then there was war, Iraq war and all that. So we really don't know what's going to happen in our future. So the past 2 3 years, companies are starting to look at, okay, we are now, with or without COVID-19, all companies are already in this scenario. There's a lot of uncertainty and complex. So even business organizations need to be mentally and emotionally prepared per se, on a business perspective. So imagine us people running it. Yeah? So this is a typical emotional journey. So it says a journey to success. So we go through a lot of these thoughts. Yeah. So first we graduate and say, okay, I got a high CGPA. This will be fun. I'm going to send all job application. And then after many job application, then it goes click, right? How come nobody called me? Yeah. Or somebody who just got, hey, I got this business idea. I think it's great. Let's launch, build the website. And then suddenly you launch and nobody buys. Yeah? So that's where you need to go back to drawing board. But that process, if you don't have resilience, we will go through a downward dark swarm of despair, as we call it. Yeah. If we are not emotionally prepared, for some people they go into depression. Yeah. If they're not mentally prepared. So that's why mental and emotional wellness is really crucial, even if you feel that your life is okay right now. Yeah, so it's not just for anybody who's like, oh, maybe that person, parents not doing well, I have everything at home, my father already set for me. Everybody, no one is bad. Yeah, no matter how well things are, I want everybody to be mentally prepared. Now, COVID-19, if you've seen some of the postings on LinkedIn, a lot of the working adults are talking about this. Some celebrities say, we're in the same boat, stay at home, stay safe. And then they show the picture of them in their bungalow, big mansion, and, having lots of fun with family. And then people realize that, hey, we're all in the same storm, we're all in a different boat. Yeah, it's not the same boat per se, same storm, but different boat. So, however, no matter what boat we are in, there's only one thing that's going to save us, which is life jacket. Whether you're in a multi-million-dollar yacht or in a small boat, everybody needs a life jacket. Yeah, by the rate that we're going through today, more news about people losing jobs, retrenchment, Air Asia, Malindo, and other companies as well. Those are the first hit because it was obvious that they're losing business, so they are the first ones to let go people. So next 6 months, we don't know what other industries. Yeah, so resilience is actually our life jacket. No matter how comfortable we are today, we may be in our cruise line, multi-million-dollar yacht like the celebrity, you still need your life jacket. Yeah. Now, here's what I'd like you to do now. I want you to go to the my virtual school, go to the module. If you see, once you see on the screen, the micro lessons are designed in such a way that you can skip. So I want you to go straight into the survey. Yeah, we skip the first survey, go to the second survey, and it says the question here: what are the challenges that you are facing right now due to this global pandemic? So I'm going to give you 3 minutes. I want you to put in your input right there. I won't be able to see it immediately and share, but I will later on. Yeah. So I want you to put in your inputs are private and confidential. Is only for me to see, because I'm also doing this study. I want to get what are the feeling of university student, people who are retrenched, what bothers people the most, what do you find most challenging? Yeah. So 3 minutes to the virtual workbook. So let me share some music. 30 more seconds. Okay. Okay. Okay, time's up. Okay, all right. So let's go back to where we were. Okay. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to type in the chat room, Zoom chat, group chat, yeah? I want you to type in, how do you feel now that you have listed down all your challenges? Tell me how you feel that you have listed down all your challenges. How do you feel? Write down in the chat room, how do you feel after writing down the challenges? Feel better? Feel relief? Okay. Feel good? Okay. Okay. Learn a bit about myself in relief. Okay. Neutral. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? How do you feel? Feel the same? Okay. But with a smile there, why did I cry? Don't feel better because I can't find solution. Okay, I hear you. I hear you. Okay. So that's the first step. Okay, some of you already feel relief, some of you feel neutral, some of you still feel the same. It's okay. Your first step in health and mental wellness is being able to identify them. Yeah. Mixed feelings. At least I know that's not myself going through all this. Yes. Yes. If I can share you, you will see that. Wow. You know, you will have. It does make us feel better to know that, okay, we're not the only one. We're normal. Yeah. Because one of the things that can cause to make it worse is when we judge ourselves. Oh, I feel so stupid. How come I'm final year? How come I learned so much? I'm a top student. How come I'm feeling like this? Yeah. There's a tendency of us to do that, and some of it are cultural conditioning. So let's say you come from a family that you've always been the favorite of in the family, the one that your family look up to. You know, your parents look up to you. You're all right. You're the best student. You're this. You're that. And now you're in UNIMAS. You're in whichever your university, and then suddenly you found yourself feeling so fearful. And then a lot of them will feel, am I going to fail my mom if I feel this way? Okay, so I want you to know that it's absolutely all right. Whatever you're feeling, it doesn't make you any less. Okay, it doesn't make you any less. Later, when I share with you what are the emotions that people are feeling, you'll be surprised. Yeah, you'll be surprised. Okay. Nur Amani said, realize that actually made a progress. Good, right? So after looking at that, the question we want to ask is, are we prepared? Are we prepared? Okay, so remember I spoke about life jacket. Okay, so I have a resilience test, but I'm going to give this later. You can do it on your own after the session, because I'm going to go straight into what we are here to learn today. Yeah, so how does emotional intelligence help? So this is where we're going to talk about prevention. Yeah, we'll talk about preparing your life jacket. Yeah, so like I said, even if you're feeling absolutely fine now, you know, your mom, it's okay if you don't work for the next 10 years. Your mom and dad has got everything prepared for you. we still need to be emotionally and mentally prepared, even if your bank account says everything's all right. Yeah. So emotional intelligence is a study or is a skill set where we learn how to identify and learn about our emotions, and we learn how to navigate. Yeah, we learn how to navigate them. Yeah. And based on study, it is found that leaders who with emotional intelligence are more than twice as likely to be highly emotional resilient, because emotional intelligence has all along been a part of leadership development for corporate leaders. So companies send their people for EQ training so that the leaders can withstand all the business pressure, yeah, so that they are emotionally resilient. And they have found this study. Okay, so I'm going to share with you what actually people learn in emotional intelligence. So using 6 seconds model, there are a couple of models. If you Google, you'll find that Dr. Daniel Goleman is started by Peter Salovey in the 90s. There are a couple of models, and I found that a lot of models are put together for corporate leaders to adapt, because it immediately take a skills on to manage a team, how to motivate a team and all that. So 6 seconds model is a model that's very down to individual, so anybody can acquire these skills. And I think if you ask me, I want to bring this down to school level. Yeah, I think children should learn how to have this skill. Yeah, so it's broken into 3 parts. There are 8 competencies broken into 3 major parts. Then the first part is knowing ourselves. This is where the ability to know, to acknowledge, to recognize what are our emotions, what are we feeling, and what is a feeling telling me, and what is my pattern, what will happen to my emotion if this event happen. Yeah, so people with high EQ are fully alert of that. And people with high EQ does not mean that they're happy always. Yeah, they will feel sad, they will feel painful, they will feel angry, and they will accept it, and they will process it. And the next step is they learn how to make the rational options. So they still get angry, they still get mad, they still get sad, but they know what to do rationally after that because of the competency under choose yourself. So this is where we put in all the rational thinking. So I'm feeling sad, so I navigate my emotion. What is my emotion telling me, and what are the rational options that I can take? Yeah. So without EQ, it's so easy for people to be drowned in the emotion, and if it's a negative emotion, they will spiral down. Okay. What happens if it's a positive emotion? I give you an example of positive emotion, you'll be surprised. It can happen to positive emotion too, especially when you're young and in love. You found this hot guy, you found this girl of your dream, and then you fall head over heels. You think this is a perfect guy, perfect match for you. So deeply in love, text, send all the from pickup line to all the lovey-dovey messages. Yeah. So we are high on emotion, then we forget to think rationally. So whatever the boyfriend or girlfriend do wrong, you can't pinpoint. This is where you see some people get into toxic relationship. Some friends say, why are you going out with that guy? And why the relationship is obviously toxic. It's because they cannot manage their emotions. Yeah, they cannot manage their emotions. Then with all these 2 skills, the other part is in EQ is that you get to set your goals, yeah? Because goals will help people go through even tough times. So some people say, oh, now it's COVID-19. How to set goal? What goal can you set? People are retrenching everywhere. I will come back and say this is the most important time to have a clear, solid goals, because that is the one is going to help you through. So that's on, yeah. So on resilience, I'm going to share with you what are the benefits on resilience. So just now I talk about resilience as a life jacket, right? So even we're not in the storm, okay? Even let's say we are cruising on a nice yacht of the Caribbean and everything is going fine, we still need resilience. And here are the benefits, yeah? Number one, people with resilience able to bounce back from adversity easily. Okay, if they have business, suddenly something happened to the business, they can get emotional and come back and make rational decision very, very quickly. Yeah. If they're working or if they're studying, there'll be low absenteeism because they're not sick. And then they also, okay, this is another one. Because people are able to control and manage their emotion, they'll be less likely to go into addiction or other risky behaviors. Because all this addiction, alcohol, cigarette, uh, porn, and everything else is because it's a coping strategy. Yeah, it's a coping strategy of some emotional pain. Yeah, so when people are resilient, you won't need this. Yeah, and then of course your physical health will be at excellent level, and because of that, you are actively involved in the community, just like what this perfect committee is doing something for the community. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to go to the next survey on the next chapter, resilience as success factor. There's a survey that asks which benefits of resilience would be your goal. So I'm going to leave this, I want you to go to and answer that. And then I'm going to leave this on the screen for you to take 2 minutes to answer. Okay? So let's take 2 minutes, go to the worksheet, the workbook, virtual workbook, and answer which of these benefits will be your goal. You can answer more than one, and why are they important to you? Okay, if you're done, can you just type yes on the chat? Okay, the survey page is this one. It's at chapter 2, resilience as success factor. You go to which benefits of resilience would be your goal. Yeah, that's where you go. Alia Karim, yes, okay. So you go there and then you answer which one of it. Yeah, which one of it would be your goal. And if it's your goal, then it's important for you. That's how resilience is important for you. Okay. Yes, okay, cool. Yes, from Farhana and Valamati. Yes, done. Cool. Yes, Adi. Cool. Okay, a lot of you. Done. Right? So these are the benefits. If you feel that this is important, I take everything. I don't want to get into addiction. I don't want to get MC. I love to be productive like this. I like to be healthy. Yeah. And I love getting involved in community like this. I don't want to feel left out. Right. Cool. Okay. So let's move on. Now I'm gonna go into, this is just to share a little bit on an extension on benefits of resilience. Yeah. So companies also invest in training on resilience. Yeah. And these are some of the results when they put resilience intervention. So on the mental health gain, so they get a lot of gain. Yeah. And on the mental distress factor, is highly reduced. Yeah. It's very much highly reduced. My apologies for the noise. Okay, so this is another benefits, yeah, or importance of resilience. This is the result of resilience interventions, yeah. People at the corporate right now also are going through a lot of stress, really, not just students, but people in the corporate as well. And even without COVID-19, there was a lot of attention given to addressing mental stress at the corporate because things are really changing, yeah. Those days, back in the 90s, people feel happy, go to corporate to work, they feel proud, this is my job, yada, yada, you know. But today, things are slightly different. I hear a lot more stress than joy in at the workplace. So that means companies are also taking a look at this, because when their staff are mentally distressed, they will not be as productive, yeah, and performing well, right? So these are some of the benefits. So I'm just going to share with you the four. There are actually four aspects of resilience, yeah, not just mental and emotional, but there's also physical. Physical refers to endurance. You know, people go for Iron Man and whatnot, and in army, physical resilience is really, really important because of the nature of jobs, yeah. um, Everything else, emotional, spiritual, mental, is all on its different aspect. Emotional resilience is about having that flexibility, having that self-regulation, means you can control your emotion, yeah. Spiritual resilience also refers to your spiritual flexibility, meaning when bad things happen, you will not be shaken in terms of your spirituality, your faith maintained and all that. Now, mental flexibility is your ability to change your thinking patterns, yeah. So being able to recognize what are the thinking traps, what are you thinking, how you can change towards to get a better result in whatever that situation. So these are all important at whatever level we are, whether we are working, student, everybody, yeah, even for young student, it's really crucial. Okay, so these are some of popular people. If you know any of them, I think this is more from my era. But if you Google their story, they all each have their own story of resilience, meaning they have gone through a lot of hardship before they become successful. So that will be your homework. Go and read out about them, and I hope it will be your inspiration. Yeah. So we're gonna skip this, and I'm gonna go straight into the things that I want to stress today. Yeah. Now, I want to go into factors that is affecting our resilience, and this is a knowledge that I want you to know so that it's useful for you as well as it's useful for you to support the friends around you, yeah, because everybody needs to know how to detect this. Okay, so what do we mean by stress? So stress comes from that overwhelmed feeling, yeah, overwhelm of sadness, overwhelm of a lot of work. It can be anything, right? And what I want you to know about stress is that it is very subjective. So never ever label anyone based on how they respond to stress. So for example, I give you example, yeah. So let's say you come from a middle income family, okay? Father, mother, maybe government server, you just have enough and you go to the, you have to work for your college fees, and then you have your colleagues, your your classmate at the college, and then they come from a well-to-do family. They even come in a $200,000 car to the campus, and then suddenly you say, yeah, why is she so stressed out? They're showing behaviors that they're so stressed, they snap at people and all that, and you start to wonder, Allah, you know everything also want to be so stressful. Don't know what I have to face. I come very poor family. Okay, that is not a fair comparison. Okay, stress is not related to your economic status, your religion or religious background. Yeah, some people, they have religion but they're not religious. Yeah, some people some you have a spectrum, right? Whatever religion, some are very pious. Yeah, some people are very pious, some people, they just, yeah, they have religion but they're not pious. Yeah, nothing to do with that. So it can look like anything for anybody, right? So never ever judge anybody based on how they respond to stress, because it's super 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 subjective. Okay, and don't judge other people and don't judge yourself. Even if let's say you have, oh, my mom gave me everything, and then you start feeling stressed, and then you said, I'm not supposed to feel this way. Okay, never judge that, right? Okay, So next we take a look at stressors. What you need to know about stressors. Now, I'm going to take a look at focus on external factors first. Yeah, there are two types of cause of stress. One is external, one is internal. Okay, I'm going to talk about the external first. Yeah, so in external stressors, there are two types. One is physical. So if you look at people who live in cold country, and all that, they when it comes to winter, they can get very stressful because of the extreme weather. Yeah, so this is an example of physical stressor. Some people get stressed out if they are in a small space. Some people get stressed out if there's too many people. Yeah, these are all physical stressors. Yeah, it can be an indication. So you need to know. You need to know. Like for me, I'm claustrophobic. So if I go to small space, I've gone caving once and I actually stopped breathing. Got into anxiety. I literally stopped breathing because I had to crawl underneath the small little cave, yeah, small little opening. Now the other one is what we call psychological stressors. Now psychological stressors comes from three types. Yeah, they can come from event. For example, if you have an exam tomorrow, that could be an event factor that's causing you stress today. Yeah? Or it can be people who are difficult to you. It could be mom and dad, it could be your lecturer, it could be your friends, it could be your roommate, it could be anybody. And for whatever character, yeah. And again, this is also subjective. Some people, they have high tolerance level towards people, so they won't feel that stressful. Some people get stressed out over little things, yeah. So again, subjective. And I always say this to people, everyone is entitled to feel whatever they want to feel and never make anybody wrong. Okay? We are all entitled to all the emotions. Okay? Now, the next one is uncertainty, just like what we're going through right now. So every time there's an incident, if you look back at 20, 30 years ago, there was a Iraq War, there was a 9/11, there was SARS, yeah? So there were a couple of events that create uncertainty. What's going to happen to the stock market? What's going to happen to my bank loan? What's going to happen to my job, yeah? So uncertainty is also a form of stressor, okay? So let's go to exercise. I skipped some exercise just now, so I want to go to straight to the chapter that says factors affecting our resilience and go to the survey question that says, what are your stressors? Which one impose the biggest stress on you? So just now we have uh, physical, we have that physical, we have event, yeah. So I think in the question I put each one and then you identify what are your physical stressor, what are your event stressor, what are your people and uncertainties, yeah. Give an example. So I'm going to give you 3 minutes to that. Let me share the music. Make sure you have this, yeah. It's survey under factors affecting our resilience. Share for a while. Okay. and Nazriatul completed. Thank you. More people have completed. Let's give our friends some time, yeah? Okay. Sela Amira dan I. Don't forget to type yes on the group chat if you have completed the survey. Okay, Farhana, Alia, thank you. Yes, Adi. Renu. Okay, Helen done as well. Thank you, Yap. Okay, let's see. Our friends are coming along. If there are many of them, just type them in. Thank you, Vanita. Thank you, Hazim. Rafika. Okay. Done. Thank you. Pearl. Nice name. Pearl. Okay. Chu, yes, thank you. Done. Thank you, Charles. Let's give our friend another minute or so. Yeah. For some of us, we may have a lot. Yeah. And again, there's no judgment. Okay. Never compare. Never compare. How come I got 10 things that stress me out? You only got 2. Never compare. It's okay. Like I said, these things are very subjective. What's more important is that you know them and then you know what to do with them. It doesn't matter. Okay? Another 20 seconds. 20 seconds if you're still writing. Or anyway, you can come back later if you have more. You can come back because I read them. And If you have a Mayday message, also put it there. I will read everything later. Okay. Right. So time's up. So thank you everyone who have completed the survey. Thank you. All right. So now that you are aware of your challenges and then you have gone that you are aware of your goals. Your goals are the benefits of resilience, right? And then you are aware of what are your challenges. And then you you manage to pinpoint what are actually causing you stress. So that's first few steps, yeah. So this is where I believe in having a walkthrough step by step rather than I just give you tips, do this, do this, do that. We see that a lot on social media. Yes, they are good. Eat well, do this, do this, do that. It's fine. Yes, it's a short-term remedy. You get to feel good at that time. But what I like to do with people is to have a walkthrough step by step so that you can sort of like treat your own. You see, you become like a scientist or a doctor. You dissect yourself, you dissect your mental state, you dissect your feeling, and then you yourself can resolve the issue. Yeah. So awareness is key. You know what's causing you, what you find challenging, what's causing you stress, and then we look at how to deal with them, right? So coping with stress, there are two ways or two approach of coping with stress. I'm going to go straight into solution focus too. Yeah. So solution focus is where if you find that you can do something about the stressor. So for example, there's too many people in this space that I work, I can actually find another place where it's not too crowded. So that's solution focus. I don't have internet at home. Go and get one. Go and buy and purchase the high powered unifier or whatsoever. Solution focus. You solve the problem of the stressor so that you change so that it's no longer causing you stress. Okay? So that is solution focus. The other part of it is whether we can solve or not, we still need to have an emotion focused approach. Now, emotion focus is where you focus on managing your emotion in relation to the stress. So you cannot, even the stress you cannot change, right? Like for example, now COVID-19. So if they say extended um, MCO, nobody can do anything, right? You and I can't do anything. What we can do is we can manage our own emotion. So this is where emotion focus is all about. Reduce the negative emotional response. Yeah. So let's take a look at uh, other parts. Yeah. Okay. Anxiety. So I'll come back to on stress coping mechanism later through mindfulness practice, but I want to take a look at anxiety as well. Yeah. Now with COVID-19, there will be some people who has that big sense of fear. When I say big sense of fear, meaning like this, uh, they don't want to meet people, they don't want to even go to the shop, and they don't want to touch anybody. You know, this is like an overly UV mating is exaggerating, but for them it's real. It's real, you know. I have some friends who does experience anxiety, and the more I listen to them, the more I understand the quantum of fear. Like I don't want to go out, I don't want to go out. I came back from a grocery, I cried, then I take a bath and I cried. I said, what was going on in your mind at that time? I'm afraid I would die. It's real. Okay. Now, if you have friends like this, number one, don't laugh at them. Okay. Number two, don't tell them relax because their fear is real. Yeah. What you can help them with is breathing exercise, which we're going to do later. Right. So if this happens to you as well, I'm going to give you some coping mechanism later through breathing exercise of what you can do. Yeah, my daughter sometimes have this, and all I need to do is just grab her hand and get her to breathe with me. Yeah, I will show you later. It's just to stop that that fear, because sometimes the anxiety can cause a shortage of breath and shivering and all that. You want to stop that. You want to stop that first, yeah. So I got a message that my internet connection is unstable. Can you give me feedback if you can still hear me? Just say yes. Just say yes if I'm still there and not losing. Yes. Okay. Good. 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 Good to know. All right. Thank you. Okay. So that's on anxiety. So if you have any question, write it down first. I'm gonna attend to questions later. Yeah. Now I want to bring your attention to this. Yeah. Now, if you look at statistics, now I was speaking to clinical psychologists because I work with them. I work closely with them, getting advice and all that. The number is definitely increasing on depression. Yeah. However, there are still a lot of unreported numbers because it's still a taboo. People don't want to see psychologists because they don't want to be labeled with crazy, mental, or psycho. Yeah, this is where I need help from everyone. Yeah, so number one, you need to know what is this depression. So according to the clinical psychologist, you will know that a person is experiencing depression when the person stop functioning. So for example, stop eating, stop functioning normally. Yeah, so either they stop eating or eating excessively and abnormally, um, either cannot sleep or oversleep, things like that, yeah, and cannot do the things that they normally do. So if example, assignment, cannot do assignment, work, cannot go to work, yeah, they cannot function, yeah, and this can prolong for 2 weeks, yeah. And why they become like that is because there is a prolonged or feeling of sadness. 2 weeks of sadness, that's long. That is really long, yeah. And then when I asked how sad is sad, so they said, the feeling of sadness is as if you lose your mother. Yeah, your mother died and you just got the news, and that sadness prolonged for 2 weeks. Then when I hear that, I said, if it happens to me, I don't think I can handle that. It's that heavy. Yeah, so I want you to understand the quantum of this so that you can create awareness. So if you see anyone stop functioning, okay, she needs help, because they will not be able to function and say, hello, I need help, because they are already at that state. They will need people like you to observe, to check in on them. Are you okay? Are you keeping well? Yeah, this is where we need to take care of each other by knowing the symptoms, right? Um, I want to talk about, okay, a couple more things. Trauma, yeah? Trauma, just now we talk about stressor, right? Stressor are things, event, people make us feel overwhelmed, right? However, trauma refers to event, but it is extraordinarily stressful. It's like it's a big events in life, yeah? Example, and how it make a person feel is hopelessness, unworthy, and like there's no hope in life. Yeah, there's no trust. Yeah. So example of traumatic events includes car accident, whether or not the person get hurt, even it's just a minor knock, it's still trauma because it's a near-death experience. Yeah, even though he's not, hospitalized, cement all over. No, any car accident is a traumatic event. Unexpected breakup or divorce, yeah, or children who grow up in a broken family, losing job, losing house, okay, and death of loved ones, of course, and of course cases like growing up with domestic violence in the family, being abused, sexual harassment, seeing death or seeing violence in front of their eyes. Let's say when they were small, they saw death in front of them, or for some it can be animal cruelty in front of them. It's traumatizing. Yeah. So what we need to know about trauma is that the effects. And this is no joke. If you remember, sometime last year, there was a girl who put a poll on Instagram whether she should take her life or not. Yeah, and people took it as a joke, and a lot of people voted her to kill herself, and she did. Yeah, because people don't understand that if people have suicidal thoughts, that's already a sign of depression, and you should not meddle with it if we are not a professional. Yeah, so based on a study, people who have gone trauma is also at risk of all these factors. Yeah, and I'm not saying all will become, but I'm saying they have chances of becoming or having or facing all this. Yeah, so personally, uh, for the past 2 3 years, I have come across my participant who had opportunity to do one-to-one coaching with me, shared about their suicidal thoughts, come from great family, doing well in jobs. In fact, she just got promoted, but she needs to see therapy. And then when the time she made a call me, because I left my phone number with her, she said, my parents are going through a divorce. Then I asked her, how do you feel? Then she said, there's nothing to look forward anymore. And she's doing really well at work. She's been promoted. She's smart, and I know she's a top performer. And you know how she told me? In laughter. Like that. Okay. So if we don't know, we might think like, it's nothing. But it's actually very, very painful. And because I was listening and observing, I could see behind those laughter, there is so much of pain. Because when a person say, I want to kill myself, that simply means that they cannot bear the pain. So by killing themselves, they can get rid of the pain that's prolonged and they cannot handle it already. Okay, so if you come across anybody, even if it sounds like a joke, it's never a joke. Okay, even if it sounds like a joke, never take it lightly. It's time to have a personal chat, and you need to get help, right? Because I don't want to see statistics anymore. I was told that just recently a kid on TikTok also committed suicide. I didn't really get the time to study on that one, but it's happening, and I know the public doesn't have knowledge about this on how to treat people with depression. What do you comment on social media? Do you know what you comment and what's the impact? If the person who owns the social media are already at this stage wanting to commit suicide, is already on uh, addictive behavior and all that. So we got to know, as public, we need to know all this knowledge. Okay, so do's and don'ts. Okay, I'm going to show you a spectrum. Yeah. Oh, what do we need? What do people need? Okay, so it's like a spectrum. Yeah, so like I said, if we everything is going fine, even if you're in this luxury boat in Caribbean, you still need the life jacket. Yeah, so you need to be mentally and emotionally prepared. So if you feel that you're just stressful and just occasional stress, no anxiety, no trauma, no depression, you can take action by learning to manage your mental emotional state, practice mindfulness, practice all the do's and don'ts. Yeah, and then if you feel that occasionally you have anxiety, then you can start going towards seeking counselors or clinical psychologists. Pardon my typo here, I'm so sorry. Psychologists, sincere. So if you or if you know anyone uh, who are experiencing depression or trauma, uh, get them to go to clinical psychologists. So clinical psychologists will have a structured therapy called clinical cognitive behavior therapy. What they actually do, they actually train their mind to think differently. Yeah, so it's very important for us to know. My work is around this. Yeah, so what I do now is when I do awareness workshop like this, I want to know who is already at this level depression, because I will channel it to the psychologist, because I will insist on go and see professional. Yeah, I cannot personally treat, but I will insist that this person to seek professional help. So where do you get help? Oh, by the way, we are in shortage of counselors and psychologists. The ratio, a healthy ratio would be one psychologist and counselor to 500, but we are at 1 to 52,000. So all the more we want to manage our mental emotional state while we are still here, because if we don't manage it here, when it's prolonged and unattended, that's when we move into depression. So depression is unattended stress, unresolved stress. Yeah, sometimes people sweep under the carpet, sometimes people deny and say, oh, I'm okay, but they keep it for years, until the end they get into depression. Yeah, so in malaysia in Malaysia, um, they are face to face. The fees is about 200 to 500 per visit. So if someone who's already on with suicidal thoughts, they need to go to a series. Yeah. And on social media, there are a few psychologists who are active on social media, and they also have Q&A. You can reach out to them. Now, Naluri is a locally developed app. Yeah? Locally developed app where you can access to psychologists, and they actually use artificial intelligence, where they put in a questionnaire. They have like a filtering and assessment to see, what you need. Yeah. So in terms of NGO and free support, Befrienders has been around long since I was a child. They take hotline, they take suicidal thoughts call. They are trained to handle what to say and what not to say. So let's say if you come across a friend say, I think I want to kill myself, and you don't know how to handle it, right? Dial the number for them. See, I will dial you the number, talk to somebody, okay? And the rest here are the what do you call the sessions. Yeah, okay, let me check on the chat. Okay, 15 minutes left. Okay, all right. So do's and don'ts. Yeah, do's and don'ts. Now, very, very important. Do what when your friend are going through even stress or anxiety or depression. Yeah, doesn't matter. What they need is for you to listen, and listen without judgment. Don't go and say, lah, you this one, so you get stressed. Relax. That's not helping. So if they say, I'm so stressed out, yes, I'm listening. That's all you need to respond. Yes, I'm listening. I'm here to listen. Okay. I don't have a solution. They don't need a solution from you. Don't be stressed out to find solution. All they need is somebody to listen. Yeah. Offer assistance on small tasks. Do you need help? Can I send your assignment over? Can I do whatever? Can I buy a food for you? Can I pack you some food? Yeah. And whatever they share, please keep it confidential. Do not go and tell so and so is psycho and this and that. I know it's happening, because I have coaches who are students say, Auntie, she called me, Miss, my friends call me psycho. So I have no friends right now. That's really sad. Yeah. And don't give motivational speech. Don't label them. Don't make them feel guilty and say, that's why lah, last time you always fight with your mother, now you're depressed. Never say that. And don't go and make it about you. You see, I also like that lah. Last time also I'm like that. You know what I did? Then it becomes your story. What they need is for you to listen to their story, not getting them to listen to their story. Okay. Now I'm going to go through a series of mindfulness, and what I want to share here with you is that mindfulness has been scientifically proven to help as one of a coping mechanism to stress. Yeah, and mindfulness is really, if we talk about mindfulness, immediately people thought about Buddhist monk who does meditation, yeah. But actually, there are many, many types of meditation. Meditation is a practice to train our mind to have mindfulness. And what mindfulness is really about, whether we can be aware, we can observe, we can accept, and focus at the same time. And the toughest part about mindfulness is to observe in a neutral way, because we are so used to with a lot of judgment. Oh, I feel sad. That means I'm a loser. I'm so weak. Why I'm so like this? I'm so weak. That labeling, I'm so weak, That's the one that's killing. So in mindfulness, we need to train, okay, I'm really, really sad right now. And you stop there. There's no, oh, what did I do wrong the last time? Do I have a lot of sin? Yada, yada, yada. No, you just observe, I am sad. I am happy. I am angry. That's mindfulness. That's what mindfulness will teach us, yeah? Okay. Okay, I have some exercises here, but you can go back and do that later. Okay, I want to do a simple mindfulness exercise with you, okay? So I want everybody to sit up straight, and just follow my instruction, yeah? All right, so I want you to take a deep breath, 6 seconds. Hold 3 seconds and let go. All right, now the first step, I want you to take a look at around you, 5 things that you can see. And I want you to type on the group chat, 5 things that you can see around you right now. And type in your group chat. Okay. Fan, Rahana. Nur Amani, I will attend to your answer question, yeah? Fan, treat, TV. I'm going to put mine as well. Okay. Nice. Laptop based notebook. Good. Okay. So it's about being observant to what you can see. Yeah. Okay. Are you ready? Mirror chair back. Okay. Cool. Now, are you ready? Next one. Look for 4 things that you can touch and touch them. Look for 4 things that you can touch. So I'm going to touch my phone, my mouse, my pen. 4 things that you can touch. Touch. That means it's within your reach. Yeah. I'm going to put mine. Phone, mouse, pen. So far, hands-free, mouse, dog, biscuit, pen. You have a dog with you? Oh, that's cute. Okay, so just now you can see, and then 4 things you can touch, right? Are you ready for the next one? Okay, I want you to sit still, and listen to 3 sounds that you can hear. 3 sounds that you can hear. Oh, birds, fan, mom's voice. Little sister yelling. WhatsApp notification. Fan, fan spinning. Cars, motorcycle, birds chirping. Isn't that nice? Birds chirping. Okay. Fan and me. Okay. All right. So let's get ready for the next one. Okay. Next one. Look for things that you can or sense. 2 things that you can smell. Take a deep breath. What is it that you can smell? Fresh air. Nice. Milo and perfume. Wow. Mom's cooking. Yum, yum. Fresh air. Auto perfumes and smell. Blueberry buns. It sounds yummy. Yummy foods and fresh air. Good. Right? My Milo and air. Oh, Milo got good smell, huh? Okay, focus on one thing that you can taste. Only one. There's something in your mouth. What is it that I can taste? I think it tastes like coffee that I just had this morning. Oh, blueberry bun also, now we know. As you're listening to me, you're having your blueberry bun, huh? You can smell and taste, right? Okay, so this is a simple, super simple mindfulness exercise. It's called grounding. Anytime you feel stressed out, you just close all your assignment, you feel overwhelmed, okay, switch off your phone, social media and all that, and just do this. 5 things you can see. You can screenshot, and then you print it, put on your uh, workstation, yeah, on your workstation. And as a reminder, so as you're doing your work, you take a break and do that 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. So I have some mindfulness exercise. What I want you to do is I have a guided meditation on the same module whereby it's downloadable. So you can listen at your own suite. At your own time, yeah, it's downloadable. You can put it on your laptop. But I'm going to brief you through what is meditation, yeah. So there are 6 types of meditation. Now, meditation is not just for the Buddhist monk; it's for everybody, and it's got nothing to do with religion. Yeah, it's just so happens some religious people practice it. Okay, right. So there's spiritual. These are the ones that the Buddhist monk practice, and that's what we call mindfulness meditation. So these are the ones that I've started compiling, and I'll be releasing them on podcasts where anybody can just take time to listen, and it's actually a practice of observing your thoughts and your mind just so that you can relax, yeah, be more alert, yeah. And then there's also movement meditation. This is where people do yoga, tai chi, gardening, walking. It's a type of meditation. So as long as you get to be aware, focus, observe, accept, it's considered meditation, yeah. There's also people do focus meditation. They focus on flowers, they drink tea and just contemplate, yeah, and focus, yeah, they don't say anything. It's also a type of meditation, yeah. There's also visualization meditation. I also have this one recorded. I have your email. When you log in, I will send one to you. This is where, even though you're at home, this is where you get guided voice, and the guided voice will bring you and let you imagine that you are by the beach, you are in the forest, and walk you through. You breathe. Okay, when you listen to that, you will feel the experience as if you are there, so that you can relax. Yeah, so this is a very powerful. This is my favorite by far. And there are also people who do chanting meditation. So for the Muslim, they have what they call zikr. So when they go through the beats, they're actually calling Allah's name. So it's also a type of meditation, because when they do that, they need to focus, observe, and don't think about anything else, and just focus on the chanting, yeah. So this is the guided meditation. It's on the module. It's downloadable. You can have it. It's what do you call a guided meditation, yeah. So after that, there's also a breathing exercise. The bubble is also on the module. You just go through the module with me. And what I want to stress here is this. This is a scientific study that shows how mindfulness has helped people to be less reactive to intense situation. See, when there's intense situation, we get emotionally intense. When we get emotionally intense, we cannot think rationally, and if it's really bad, it can spiral down to depression. Yeah, and it's heavy. Not everybody can take it. So they've done a study. A person who's been exposed to emotionally disturbing events before mindfulness, they get, the response is really intense, and then they put them on a 8 weeks meditation. Then after that, the response is not that intense anymore. So that's how mindfulness can help in meditation. So before you leave later, I'll just need you to complete survey number 8. Yeah, after this session with me, do complete the survey number 8. I would like to know what you have learned. And I'm also going to share with you that I'll be launching my 30 days transformational program on 20th and 21st of June, where there will be more coping strategies, NLP, because these are all, there's a lot of strategies that one can acquire, on identifying thinking traps. Thinking traps, these are what psychologists do when they handle people with depression, but we don't want to wait until we go there. We want to see when we are still healthy, we want to see what our thinking traps, so that how we can manage our emotions, then you can have better relationships. When at your mental and emotional state is at excellent level, you will have better relationships, and you can pursue your goal with resilience as well as be more confident. So I'm gonna answer a question. So these are some of the modules that will address the objective of the program. You can drop in your questionnaire at the survey number 8. I can come back to you and explain about the program if you need to know more detail. And I will also be throwing in bonus of LinkedIn. Some of you have learned from Mr. Muihan yesterday, but I'm still going to throw in, and also a free ebook on 100 communication tips, and there's also 30 days support. So I am going to stop here and answer question. Can we use this to teach others? Yes. Please go ahead, Shubha. I actually research it, and I only take resources from science and psychologists. Please go ahead. There is a question that I would like to answer. Let me go through the chat. Okay, this is a very good question. Okay, the question is it possible if someone's memory gets weaker if they have depression? I realize that I don't really remember beautiful things in the past. Only the bad ones will always appear when people ask about my past in general. Very, very possible. If you have seen some of the documentary, and based on what the psychologist shared, right? When we are in the depression, we are in a prolonged sadness, and visually, psychologists have imagined people with depression, they above their head is like a dark, gloomy cloud. That's all they see. It is possible. So that's also a sign. Yes, people can get sad, but not for a prolonged time. So if you see, why is this prolonged? Why is this too long that I'm feeling sad? Go and talk to someone, counselor, psychologist, get help. Okay. Okay, that's the first question. I hope that answers the question. Okay, I have one more about supporting friends. So sorry, those who have you have to leave. Okay, I have one more question about supporting a friend. Okay, there's another question. What if the bad vibes from a depressed friend transfers to people who listen to them and affect them too? How should they help? This happened among me and my friends. Okay, here's the thing that we want to know. Emotions are contagious. Okay, now the reason why I bring about this awareness is that so that you know, okay, this is a sign of depression. You need to have those numbers, who to call, who to reach. Keep it on your phone. The moment the friend said, hey, I need to talk to you. And when you see that sign, I need to talk to you. The moment you sit down, you say, I want to kill myself. You dial that befriender, okay, talk to the person here. Because we are not trained, right? But you want to know, look out for the sign. Or people have been saying, I want to talk to you. For 2 weeks, I couldn't eat. I couldn't even get out of bed. So that's a depression. So the immediate one, if there's no psychologist or counselor, or you cannot pay that fees, go to befrienders first, because they are trained. If you really want to listen, you yourself have to be mentally and emotionally strong. It is contagious. In fact, the psychologist shared with me, caretakers of depressed people. So for example, if a mother has a depressed child, the mother needs to see psychologists too. Because caretaker of people in depression will need support too. Okay. So I have 3 more messages. I want to see if that's question. Second, 4 new messages. Okay. Okay. Rafika, podcast. My podcast will consist of guided meditation. It's still in process, but I will email, because I have your email ready from the virtual school. You will be the first to know, and you can download it from there. I already halfway through in recording. Yeah. Okay. Another question: how do we encourage family whom we know are having depression but refuse to go see specialists? Okay. You can ask questions like, what are you afraid of? What are you worried of? You can ask, what's the worst thing that could happen? Yeah. Don't be surprised. First thing they will come up. I don't want people to think I crazy. I don't want people, my neighbor, after my family know that our family got mental problem. Okay. So if you hear that kind of phrase, you know there's a lot of labeling, there's a lot of stigma. People label as sickness, okay? Even I don't agree that. It's just a state or emotional state, okay? We must learn not to label. So in your conversation, when you ask, talk about, well, it may not be a mental problem. It could be just a situation that you're having. Why are we so quickly judged that it's a mental problem? We gotta get rid of the word mental problem, because it sounds so stigma. It sounds like it makes a person sound like a loser. You have mental problem. It sounds so bad. Yeah. So ask those kind of questions until they get a neutral form. And sometimes I use this. Sometimes people don't want us to like teach them or that. You can talk about, I have a friend who's gone in, and then they spoke to befrienders. After that, she felt better. So you like telling a story, even though you don't have such a case. Yeah. So you wanna, sometimes people accept that kind of communication. They say, oh, it's an example. Yeah. How about, okay. Can you tell us a bit about the high functional depression? How about someone who don't come in touch for months? Okay, this is already in the area of psychologists, so that is definitely a treatment is required. From what the psychologist shared with me, they even treat people who had suicidal thoughts on daily basis for years and years. Yeah, and finally, she went and saw the psychologist, and they went through therapy for a couple of months. And for the first day, after how many years, that the patient said, I didn't think about killing myself today. Yeah, so that could be a form of high functional depression. So you need to help. We need to help the people around us. How do we encourage friends? Okay, high functional. How to overcome inferiority complex caused by insufficient personal, professional skills experience when the opportunities and resources to improve these skills are affordable or are unavailable. Okay, inferiority complex comes from our thinking patterns, yeah, and our thinking patterns, a lot of it come from our upbringing, the school we went to, what our parents say to us when we were young, yeah, and these can be reframed. Yeah, so I'm just going to give you example. In the past, I helped a lot of people who have zero confidence, have inferiority complex to speak English and do public speaking. But when I give the reframing technique, in the morning they tell me my English is very bad. There's no way I can do public speaking. In the afternoon, they were doing performance in front of 100 over people. So it can be done. It's called reframing. It can be done like immediately. When I first learned this reframing technique, I was only given 2 hours. I reframed and I was already walking on hot charcoal, walk on fire. So it's that fast, yeah? So inferiority complex. So what I can advise here, okay, look for self-help books, self-help videos on how to manage your mind. Yeah, because these are all conversation in our mind. It's all very subjective. Sometimes we feel that we are this, we're that, and we are the only one who thinks like that. But when you show your degree, you show to other people, you show your resume, people will be impressed. Oh, you have a pretty good, pretty impressive resume. Okay, I have in the past interviewed high CGPA students, whether they are like really high performing or high performing, unable to get jobs, or they are the average, yeah. Both have the same inferiority complex. They are on Dean's list, same conversation. Yeah, so it's all in the conversation of the mind. So I know it's not easy, you may not have the access, but go and search self-help, how to be more confident, how to overcome inferiority complex. You will get something on YouTube, you get some books. There are also some free PDF books. Yeah, start with those little ones. Yeah, so that's number one. Number two, look for role model. Yeah, now if you don't have people around you as role model, read biographies of people who have gone through hardship, like the example that I gave you just now, how they once gone into inferiority complex, like what you're saying now, and then they overcome it. So stories like this can give us hope. Oh, they were once like that too. Yeah, so everybody have felt inferiority complex before. Module 2 and module 5 is in my facilitated workshop. It's not yet online. So the facilitated workshop will be on the 20th and 21st June, and it will be followed by 30 days coaching. So that's module 2 to 5. I have not convert everything to online yet, but that's my plan in the future. Hopefully by July I could do that. Yeah. So I have a few more questions. I'm going to answer that if that's all right. Yeah. So if you have to leave, I'm so sorry, but if you can stay, these are all good questions. Yeah. So next question: how to manage self-doubt? Sometimes I got stressed because of self-doubt. So this is again our thinking pattern. So in module 2 and 5, I cover 10 thinking traps, 10 ways of thinking that cause people anxiety and stress. And if you learn this, you discover that none of the stressor matters if you know how to manage your thinking traps. Yeah, it's all in the way of thinking. So that includes self-doubt. Yeah, self-doubt. Okay. I hope I can do one video on example on thinking trap. Yeah. So let me see how I can do that so that you get some idea what I'm talking about. How to know that we have a depression? Does it have a symptom? Okay. Uh, Symptom is 2 weeks of prolonged sadness and not being able to function as normal. Not functioning as in either cannot eat or eat too much, cannot sleep or sleep too much, yeah, or cannot work, cannot study, cannot complete your assignment, and it's a prolonged 2 weeks. That's yeah. Helen asked, can depression occur to older generation? Yes. If you read the news in UK, there's a lot of senior citizens, 70, 80-year-old, who goes through depression because, in the West, they don't have a lot of children. And after 18, the parents will say, get out from my house. And then in the end, the children never come back. But here in Asia, we're very close-knit, you see. 40-year-olds still meet the parents every month, but not in the West, yeah. So it can happen because of loneliness, yeah. It can happen, yeah. So depression doesn't look at color, skin, religion, economic background, education background. It can happen to anybody, okay. Okay, one more question. In these days, looks is everything, okay. From getting job to grab people's first seconds of attention, etc. I have severe acne and I feel sad. It affected my confidence in doing most of things, even seeing my friends, other families, getting a job, socialize. How can I overcome this feeling? Because it's affected my mental health a bit. Thank you for answering. Okay. Physical, yeah? So we go back to stressor. physical and psychological. Yeah, in this case, is both. The physical is giving a psychological effect on us. Yeah, first thing first, can you provide a solution? Can you do something about the acne? Okay, go there first. Find solution. What can I do to minimize? So I understand it's not as easy as apply something today and tomorrow disappear, but find something that's affordable, change your diet or some solution. Yeah, okay, that's number one. Number two, what I want you to do is I want you to start a daily habit of writing a journal, and every day I want you to remind yourself what are the plus point about you other than your skin on your cheek, because that is only how many percent of you. There's just one layer of the skin, but you have brain, you have heart, you have experience, you have education. Write them down. Oftentimes, we, especially ladies, yeah, we get so caught up and we forgot about the rest. Yeah. Yes, it's first impression, but that's not the only thing. That's not the only thing. Okay. Don't be pressured by what you see, all these influencers on social media. They all have filters. Even this Zoom, I have filter beautify. Okay. Don't get caught. I have a lot of wrinkles. Okay. So don't get pressured by it. Don't get pressured by it. Yeah. Uh, Grab a journal, start a journal, every day write positive things about you. Okay, so that your acne becomes small and your other things become big. So in NLP, when we teach people how to think, we also get them visualize. The plus point you magnify, the negative point you make it small. It will help you make better. It won't go away, the acne is still there, but you see it, that's a small better. Okay, try that. Yeah. Okay, do you know more about major depressive disorder with psychosis? Okay, this one you have to check with the psychologist. So I suggest you to go to are you still seeing my slides? You are, right? I want you to go to this NGO and pose that question, because the NGO is run by this NGO, Mental Health, Malaysian Mental Health Association. Alia Karim, I need a favor. That is a question for you to pose to the clinical psychologist, yeah? And these are my friends. I'm sure they will help, and your question is good so that everybody will be educated, yeah? Next question, how do we deal with toxic people? Okay, I get this a lot. Now, you need to check in, how mentally and emotionally strong are you? If you are strong, you have no problem with toxic people. But if you find that, you are still at allergic, yeah? So you need to minimize time and contact. So let's say it's your classmate, your group mate. So you minimize time. Okay, I have a group work discussion. Okay, let's set a time. Get what you need to get done, and minimize the contact, because you need to manage your mental and emotional stress, yeah? But if you are a little bit stronger, this is where we can do what we call reframing. You change the perception, yeah, and you can develop this by developing empathy. Empathy is also one of the emotional intelligence competency skills that we learn, yeah. That's on how to deal with toxic people. You need to ask yourself, can you handle or not? If you cannot handle, minimize the time. If you can handle, reframe, challenge yourself. But if you say, oh, I cannot, okay, go back to minimize. So for some, if you can cut it out. Unfollow the social media. Sometimes the news you can't take it, unfollow, don't read it. Different people will have a different response, yeah? Okay, thanks Alia, you're on it currently. Tai Leong asked me, do modules 2 to 5 need payment? Modules 2 to 5 will be a paid module, and it comes with 30 days coaching with me, because I will guide through until you set your goal and make changes in your life. And it's only 200 ringgit for 30 days. So that's like 6 ringgit a day. And it consists of 2 consecutive days workshop where I cover module 2 to 5. We deep dive on thinking traps, on mindfulness, on emotional intelligence, go straight into setting goals. And then within that 30 days, you will start working towards your goals. Yeah, and I will be there, I will coach and I will guide until you get things done. Yeah, so that's only 200. For corporate, is actually 2,500 per person because of the length of time. Yeah. Okay, one more question. How do we do physical stressors? It can be difficult to focus, to do meditation, etc. Okay, meditation is, okay, meditation, if you are a beginner, I suggest go with guided meditation first, because some meditation practice can be extreme. Some, they will go on, okay, silent for 4 hours. So if you cannot do that, just take the 2 minutes guided. So what we want to achieve is really the focus, yeah, the focus and all that. Okay, Nur Shaza raise hand. Yes, Nur Shaza. Okay, what about those who can't meditate? How can they focus? Okay, how do we deal with physical stress? Okay, those who can't meditate. Okay, those who can't meditate, like I said, guided meditation first. The short ones, the breathing exercise, and the short 1 minute, 2 minutes. Yeah. Especially people with the thinking mind, they call it the monkey mind because mind is very active. For example, you're doing assignment like, oh my god, I haven't. Will I have enough lunch? Will the shop will close? So our mind sometimes is very fast. Yeah, they call it monkey mind. Yeah. How to join the 200 ringgit program? Now, if you go through the end of the module, there's an Eventbrite link. Uh, at the final of the module, as you go through, yeah, and then you can click there. There's a link to buy a ticket. Yeah. Okay, I have one more. Why is it difficult for someone to trust anybody else? Is it because they are avoiding something, or okay, trust? Okay, okay, trust is one of the uh, leadership pillars of leadership. Yeah, so if you go to corporate training, when we train managers, one of the first thing we do exercise is trust. Can you trust your team? Can you trust yourself? Yeah. And the trouble with trust has a lot to do with past experience, especially trauma. So I give you an example. I give you a simple example. Yeah, simple example. Let's say if you're a young lady, before this had boyfriend, and then all the boyfriend has certain behaviors, and then they break up. Okay, now this is the 5th time to have a boyfriend. Okay, so she will refer to the past experience and she will decide, I don't think I can trust this boyfriend number 5 because of past experience. So I just giving a very simple case scenario there. So it can be anything. It can be a parent who cannot trust the child. Maybe they have a bad experience before. Maybe they hear, oh, their friends, some parents, they don't have high trust about their children. Maybe they hear a lot of negative. Maybe they have friends whose children already gone into drugs. So they say, you don't go out. I don't trust the people outside. Okay, because they have a point of reference. Yeah. So that one is trust from parents to children. So they get reference from there. Yeah. Okay, I have one more question. How to calm down angry or anxious people? So angry first, yeah? Okay. So when people are angry, they are on high intense emotion, yeah? So when they are high intense emotion, they cannot think rational. The emotional brain and the rational brain they stop talking. And the emotion is sent to what we call a reptilian brain. And this reptilian brain will respond fight, flight, or freeze. So when they fight, they get angry. Flight, they cabut, they go away. Or they freeze, they don't know what to do. Yeah. So if you are the one facing the angry person, the most powerful thing that you can do is not to respond in an angry manner, meaning you control your emotion. Okay? You pause. Instead of they scream at you, you scream back. Instead of you scream back, you pause 6 seconds. Okay, how should I handle this? You can ask question. Are you all right? Is there anything I can help you? Okay, so you need to be strong mentally and emotionally so that you can be the water. You know, they say don't fight fire with fire, so you become the water. Then they will actually calm down. So in one of my IGTV, I actually shared how I experienced an angry neighbor who spoke to me in a very angry voice, and all I did was just and it ended just like that. So nobody got hurt. Yeah, I will go to my IGTV is Shadaitul.Intan. Yeah. Okay, why is it so? Okay, deep trust. How to do the breathing technique you mentioned just now? Okay. The breathing technique, there are many. If you Google online, there are many. Some say 5 seconds, some say 3 seconds. Either way, they all actually work. Yeah, I subscribe to 6 seconds. It's based on the scientific study that says our emotions are also in a form of electromagnetic, and it takes 6 seconds from the point where our first emotion was triggered. It takes 6 seconds for it to go to the whole body. So if you starting to get super angry and you feel like whacking somebody, all you need to do is pause for 6 seconds. That means you will be stopped. Yeah, you will be stopped from getting highly intense angry. Okay, that's the last question. Okay, I have one more. How to stop overthinking? Okay, mindfulness practice can help you with overthinking. So overthinking can be what we call analysis paralysis. It can really it can really deter you from moving forward in making rational decision. Yeah, so you need to learn to calm down. Take any of the meditation practice, guided meditation, and relax. You find that your thinking pattern will be a little bit more slower instead of thinking too many things at one time. Yeah, so it'll get slower, then you can focus. Okay, let's settle what is it that you worry about. List it down one by one. Okay, uh, writing down and journaling out also help, because what you do when you journal and when you write down, remember just now when you write down your challenges, right? Some of you feel relief, some of you a bit neutral. You actually take it out from your mind and put it on paper. It's a very, very powerful exercise. In fact, there's a therapy just on writing. Yeah, and this is to help with such scenario, overthinking, being overwhelmed. Okay. Now, my module, you are in my module. If you have any questions, please put in. I will want to attend to them. There's also a discussion board on the module, and I want to answer all of them. Yeah. So I'm going to pass the mic to our PERFEP. I'm okay in terms of time, so I have to give back to uh, PERFEP. So over to you, organizers, and I would like to thank each and every one of you. There are 42 of you. My last word will be, please be kind to people around you. Please be kind to yourself. If you don't know any other coping strategies, mechanism, you must start with one, which is you must stop judging or labeling yourself. Okay, you start with that first. It's okay to feel sad, it's okay to feel angry, it's okay to feel whatever you want to feel. It's okay to feel fearful, it's okay to feel sad, it's okay to feel not confident. It's okay. We just need to learn how to navigate them. Yeah. So okay, over to you, Marcella and Helen.
Um, Miss Shadaitul, we actually have a question from YouTube Live.
Okay,
The
sure.
last question, yeah? Okay,
Yeah, sure.
it's about how to deal with friends that is currently having suicidal thoughts.
Okay. Friends with suicidal thoughts. When you meet them, you dial the befriender number and let the befrienders train personnel to talk to them. Yeah, because okay, just last week, my friend, I got another news on suicidal thought. Okay, my friend's son's friend. Okay, friend of, okay, somebody we know. Okay, 20-year-old broke up and has been talking about suicidal thoughts. Yeah, and he's been sharing with friends. I think I want to kill myself. I think I want to kill myself. I think I want to kill myself. Right. And friends couldn't handle, they were there, they were listening, until there's one incident, they tried to call him and he didn't answer. He didn't answer. And they actually called the mom to go to a certain spot that they know they suspect. They suspect he's there. And true enough, he was there, ready to jump. Okay? It's not a joke. When they have suicidal thoughts, they will follow. Okay? So get the befrienders line. They are trained to handle suicidal thoughts conversation. Okay? And listen to them, check on them. Where are they? Where are you? How can I help you? Okay? If it's too draining for you, you get help. You get help. You share with somebody, look, I need help. Okay? And it's getting more and more common these days. This is why I want to do this talk. I want everybody to know it's not a joke, it's getting more common. Get help. Okay? So I hope that helps answer the question. Any other question? Any more
Thank you,
questions
Ms.
online?
Shadaitul.
You're welcome.
For those who have question, you guys can unmute yourself, unmute the audio to ask question. For those who are shy, you may leave your question in the chat box.
Yes. Do I miss any questions? I talk about trust, angry people, can't meditate.
Have been answered. Miss Shadaitul.
Yeah, have you answered? Yeah, you did the checklist. Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you so much.
Oh, there's another one just came out.
Sure. Yes.
How do we deal with friends who need emotional support but can be quite overwhelming?
Okay. And you're the okay. Find out who are the people that your parents would listen to. Sometimes when we speak with people with authority, right? So I used this last time when I deal with client with higher authority. So what I do is I find somebody higher authority than them. Then I'll say, they will listen to them. Yeah. So like if you have siblings of your parents, have a one-to-one chat, and then when you chat, you talk about I need help. My parents need help, and I don't know what to do. Okay. Now, still, worst come to worst, if you say, oh, I don't like my uncle also will talk to other people. You know, I hear this a lot. I don't tell my other family. They will judge us. They will laugh at us. You know, it's real and it's happening to many families out there. Reach out to the NGO. Reach out to befrienders. These are people who are ready to assist. Yeah, ready to assist. Reach out. And with parents, they also need some listening. Yeah, spend some time listening. So what's happening, mom? What bothers you the most? What is it? You don't have to come up with solution. You don't have to come up with ready answers. You don't have to come out to what to do. If they ask you, if they say, let's say they voice out, you know, I'm this, and then, what do you think I should do? Then you said, I don't know neither, mom, but I just want you to know that I'm here for you. Okay, what do you need answer? Maybe I can look for it. Okay, let's say if you have your your parents being retrenched, let's say I cannot pay your university fees. You may need to drop your university fees. How would you handle that? Yeah. So be there, listen first. Don't worry if you don't have solution. Listen first. Okay, and then you take it to help find solution. Okay. Brace ourselves. There will be a lot more retrenchment coming up. Today, AirAsia just announced, and like I said, nobody is spared, whatever background. So we all need each other. We all need each other. Friends, families, check on each other every day. No matter what age. Somebody asked just now, is it possible for older people? Yes. There are also cases where professionals, they resign as a big GM at corporate, big boss. Then when they retire, they go into depression. You know why? Because when they were in the corporate, they have a big team who listen to them. Then when they retire, they only have the chicken and the plants to listen to them. And they feel like, okay, who's going to listen to me? What's my contribution? They feel lost. Yeah. So it happens to anybody, can happen to anybody, any age, any background. So we need to take care of each other. There's two
Alright.
more new
Thank
messages.
you so much, Miss Shadaitul. Um, thank you everyone for questions. We are actually ahead of time.
Yes,
So
we are.
now we would like to proceed by inviting our Deputy Dean, Students Affairs and Alumni, Dr. Noor Azira, to say a few words.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Can you guys hear?
Yes.
Yes? Okay. All right. Thank you. Thank you for moderator Helen and Mida for today's, and also Marcella for the project leader for this webinar series 2.0. We had the excellent time yesterday with Mr. Koh, right? Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. This is the second session of the series 2 webinar, which is a good job for PERFEP for organizing this, making an effort to have a few topics that actually you think students of FEB would like to know. And also not just FEB, not just UNIMAS, students from the whole, whoever joined here, student in general. Okay. Thank you, Ms. Shadaitul,
Sama-sama.
Intan, for supporting our webinar, and then sharing your knowledge on mental health with the students. They are learning. They're our babies, our future Malaysian citizens. Thank you so much, and hoping that you can also join in future webinar with us
Inshallah.
from FEB. Okay, we will contact you later. Okay. Thank you for the participants who joined this for webinar. Knowing about mental health, learning about mental health, practicing about mental health is important. It's essential. Not just you guys as students. Once you grow up, you as older you get, the more stress you can feel, the more responsibility you will feel. I mean, those knowledge on how to take care of your mental health is very important. Sampai ketua nanti you will be useful to know how your pattern, how you yourself in order to solve whatever problems, depressions, whatever it is that you are facing. So knowledge on mental health is very good. So learn from it, learn from the experts today. Good job, guys, participants, for joining this webinar. And hopefully you will join in future webinar by PERFEP and also Society by UNIMAS FEB. Okay. So, and also good job for everybody for embracing the new norm, which is the Zoom thing. Usually we used to have events. When we do events, we do at UNIMAS, bringing people in the room, in an area. But then nowadays, we can only see people in boxes, but then again, it's good because Miss Shadaitul most probably from KL, right? Miss Shadaitul?
Yes,
Yeah, so
I
we
am.
can connect. Even though, I'm in Kuching, students are everywhere, but then we can, connect wherever you are. So it's a great norms, I guess. Something that we can embrace for future. Okay. So good job, all. Thank you. Good job, Perfect.
Thank you so much, Dr. Azira. Now it's time for me to invite our Program Director of this PERFEP Webinar 2.0, Marcella Mary, to give a speech.
Thank you so much, Helen Cecilia. Behalf of PERFEP, Faculty of Economics and Business, UNIMAS, we would like to thank our TD HEPA, Dr. Azira, and PERFEP advisors, Madam Jennifer and also Madam Esme, for their endless support and also for encouraging us to carry out programs during this MCO. So we came up with another webinar called PERFEP Webinar 2.0, which you have attended yesterday and also today. So without all of our participants today, this program will not be a successful program. So thank you very much, everyone. Besides that, we would also like to thank our special speaker, Ms. Shadaitul Intan, once again for joining our webinar session. So, Madam, as a token of appreciation, we will actually email you an e-cert for your contribution as an honorable speaker today. And I hope that through this webinar that all of us here, we gain a lot of knowledge about, yesterday we had Mr. Muhan giving us about, talking to us about 5 critical LinkedIn strategies for to ensure graduate employability. And also today we have Ms. Shadaitul talking about mental and emotional wellness. So I hope that all of y'all, gain a lot of knowledge, and also it will help you to build a better future that you're looking for. So once again, thank you so much everyone for your time and support and making this program a successful one. Have a great day ahead, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you
Over
so
to
We
you,
have
much,
a
Shana.
group
Miss
picture.
Hannah. Yes, now it's
Yes.
time for us to have a group session, group photo session. So I'd like to invite all participants to turn on the camera and show me your beautiful and handsome faces.
Hello. Helen, you're taking the screenshot, right?
Yes, I'll be doing
Alright.
that.
Okay.
Is everyone ready? Okay, the count of 3, everybody can smile, yeah?
Okay.
1,
All everybody start their video. I mean, we want to see you just for this photo shoot. Yeah. Nur Amani, Navanita, Sawana. I mean, unless you really cannot.
Yeah. Please turn on your webcam, yeah? You like to see your faces? Just for a while, just for the photo session.
okay, the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. In. 1, 2, 3. Please stop. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. And thank you once again, Ms. Shadaitul Intan, for joining us. It's truly an honor to have you. Do you have anything else to say before you leave the meeting room?
Just again, my last word will be kind, be kind, be kind, be kind to yourself, and be kind to everyone around you. Kita jaga kita. We need this to brace the coming times. Okay, take care.
Take care. Have
Thank
a great
you so
day.
much, madam.